welcome back to another game. This time we're playing Cities Skylines, and this is the second kind of attempt I've had at recording this, because I recorded a really long 30-minute video of me starting a city and building it and all that kind of stuff, and just my editing software was completely butchering it and I just gave up with it. But I'm not going to give up on the city, so what I will do is I will give you a quick tour of my previous cities and then go back to the one that I had already built or started building and continue on from there. It will not die. Before all that, let's go on to just a couple of the amazing things about this game. This game is basically SimCity, but not a steaming pile of shit like the last one was. Plenty of options here that you can deal with in terms of all the quality. You can change all the shadows, distances, the texture qualities, everything like that. And frankly, it is a stunning looking game. I'm just going to turn the film grain off as well because I don't like the film grain and I don't like the depth of field. You can also do colour correction to make it look more boreal. I know that's how I like my life. Another great thing about this game is the modding scene. There is a huge, and I mean huge, modding scene for this game that is still incredibly active. I mean, this game's been out for about 18 months now at least, and it's just so active. It is insane. And yeah, these are all the maps. The two that I've downloaded off the workshop are this one here, Copper Creek, and a map made for a Nerdcube Complete series by Macho Taco, because I saw the map and I thought, oh, that's really cool, I want to do my own thing with that map, and I did, and that's one of the cities that I'm going to show you. It's my most complete city. It is pretty big, but we'll get to that. So the modding system isn't just limited to maps, it's also loads of different assets that you can put in the game to make it a little bit easier or a little bit harder maybe if you want to, or just more convenient. Things like this intersection here, which I use a lot, are the most convenient things. Like, they are the best intersections that you could possibly use. The recycling centre is the thing that I'll pick over any other kind of rubbish disposal system because it makes more sense in real life. And then there's also things like canal walls and plazas and little boats and all this kind of stuff if you want to make canals and all this kind of stuff. And that large water pumping station is a little bit of a cheat, but it's kind of balanced by the amount of power that it draws. And I also have a couple of proper mods, one being the automatic bulldozing, which is incredibly useful because buildings will occasionally get abandoned or they'll burn out and you'll end up having to replace them and bulldoze them to replace them, and doing that one by one is a massive pain in the arse and I don't like doing it. So someone's made a mod to just do that automatically. If a building gets destroyed or abandoned, then it just gets bulldozed away, all nice and easy. Also, a mod has been put in to unlock all the spaces of the map. Normally you can only unlock about 9 or 10. There is a very important reason for that, which is stability. It's stability, but having 25 spaces gives you a lot of freedom in what you can unlock and the shapes you can make. But yeah, trust me, when you get a city to a really large sort of level, then oh boy, do they get laggy. Another useful one is the toggling of traffic lights. Now, traffic lights in this game, you can just... They're there and they work, but because of the way the thing is built, the game is built, you can literally just ignore them if you turn them off, which this mod allows you to do. It allows you to turn them off and gets rid of a lot of the traffic problems. Also useful are one-way street arrows, because I use one-way streets a lot. That makes it much more useful for me to find out where things are going. I don't have to zoom in to try and find out where to go with all of that. And another useful one is no pillars, especially if you want to build over roads, if you want to build over things. Then no pillars is amazing a lot of the time because it means that you don't have to be very careful about where you're building things, and you can make rather silly things with the no pillars mod on as well. So with all of that, in mind, I will show you the first of my big cities. And you can see from there already that it's quite big, and this will lag probably even noticeably on this video, because it will be in 30 frames a second. So, you know, you might notice it, you might not notice if it lags too much, but you will certainly notice a lot of slowdown, especially compared to the new cities, which are nice and lovely and quick. And this, the simulation speed on this is so much slower than it is on a new city. After a million years of loading, you can already see that this is that's slow. What I'm also going to do quickly is turn off edge scrolling, because I really hate edge scrolling on games, because you can just be like, oh, just click on it, oh no, I'm on the way. So you can see it's now working properly, that there's a lot of city here. I mean, my starting block was here, if I remember rightly, and yeah, I started on this section of road just here and went into the city from here, and then expanded downwards first, and then I also did a little bit up here, just like a little industrial area that kind of went wrong, but then I fixed it. And then there's this bit here, which is I mean, it's slightly mad in terms of this hill. I had to stop building when I got to that bit because it didn't like me at all. And then we go over here, expanded into all of that bit, and then there's this little town here, and the little bit there that connects into there quite nicely, just like that. And that bit there actually serves as quite a good connection from there to there, because you can go straight through like that to there and not have to worry about any issues with that. Oh, that's some slowdown. That is currently max speed on the simulation, and that is about the same speed as speed 1 when you first start. So yeah, I've built this up a lot, and yeah, there's this bit down here which holds my my building. I currently can't click anything. Oh, there you go. The Hadron Collider there, just complete. I have no need of education anymore. I have no need of anything in this. I don't need healthcare. I've got a fusion power plant over here, so I don't need power for anything. It is mad. It really is. Yeah, this is another bit. This is just like a massive block of city. I mean, it's completely just regimented almost in the way that it's built. Although this bit's slightly nice. The lag. I'm playing this on a 1080, and this still lags to balls. This city is just insane. I've spent hours building this. I've got 2 airports there, one of which isn't active because it just there was a reason, but you know what, I've not actually played on this one in so long I can't remember what the reason was. The parking lots here actually are completely cosmetic to a sense. They were made to attract people to go park in, but they're actually technically tourist spots, which is slightly strange because you've got loads of cars back there and they're just going, and you get people going, I'm going to visit the car park. There's a couple of little areas like this which are really like windy sort of small residential areas, and then there's this bit here which I really like. I'm so proud of this little residential bit here, and like that bit of road there, that was a fucking mess to try and get in. Like, I managed it, but oh my god, did it take a while, and the traffic was quite bad on it. And it's still not ideal. I mean, you can see here, the roads here, it's kind of stupid. And then this bit here, actually have bits missing because I just had to demolish loads of bits, and this bit's not finished. So technically, I've not finished this map, but, you know, I count it as finished. And then we've got over here, some people want electricity, because of course they do. I'll ruin some land and give them electricity like that. Or I will put another turbine. There you go. Stop fussing. There you go, they all have electricity now. This bit is actually operating mostly on its own steam, or it was. No, I've now linked it up to the rest of the power board, so yeah. But there's these lovely bits. I love this farming bit. This farming bit was just so much fun to do. And, love it. Absolutely love all of this farming bit. And then there is this bit here, which is kind of stupid, and the traffic really doesn't work, and I've tried to fix it and I just can't, so I gave up trying to fix the traffic there, and that's as close as I got to it. It's mostly fixed, and there's a little residential area here which I quite like. And my final little experiment, which I never got around to finishing, was this bit, which is just roundabouts everywhere, and it's kind of stupid and fun, but you know, it works. This city works in general, actually. I've got a very steady income of 43 to 44,000 every time. So it's not doing bad. I mean, the roads are a little bit silly if I go underneath. There's a massive tunnel network there. And then there's also this subway network as well, which is a bit of a mess and doesn't quite work. I mean, it works better than it used to. There's a massive queue of trains there. I mean, I could just do with more lines going everywhere. And yeah, that is my most complete city that I've ever done, and it is mad. Like, this is 25 squares here, and you can see I've built on approximately half of that land. Like, approximately half of the land on this map has got some sort of building or road on it. And that's how much it lags. This is why you can only have 9 squares would get you one, like that's the size of a square there. That'll get you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That'll get you that bit there. 3 by 3. And like, I've already filled up all that nearly as it is. And there's still that bit there, and it's just insane how much you can build on these maps. Like on the new SimCity, the steaming pile of shit one, this square here is bigger than one of the maps on the SimCity city map. I don't understand how they got it so wrong in terms of their tone and what they were aiming for, but they did. And City Skylines just capitalised on that mess and made this fabulous game, and it's sold gangbusters, as it rightly should do. And now I'll show you my other little town, which I sort of started and then ended up stopping to start this next one that I'm going to go through and actually do stuff with. But I'll show you this one very, very quickly that I'd started. I was quite happy, actually, with some of the things that I'd done. Because like my start point was here, which is, you know, it's not the best. There's a lot of water on this map, incidentally, and I think I own all of the map now, which I do. And yeah, I started off from there. I built like kind of blocky city, but I had massive problems with all the off ramps, as you can see there. And then I went up here and built that. I also did quite a lot of work when it came to these here. It's like combined train and shipping dockyard, which is very useful for cargo export and import. And there's a football stadium as well now, because of course there is. And for some reason I have to do that now. I don't know why. That's making me click on anything before I can click on any of the buildings, but that's the thing. And yeah, so I did quite a lot of work when it came to all the rail works here, and all of the roads around here. Actually took quite a bit of effort to get right, but I was very happy with it once I'd actually finished. And what else? Oh yeah, this bit here, this bit of road, because you start off in a really stupid kind of, like that bit all goes down there, and then this bit's just up here with those in between. Like, that's a really poorly optimized road system. So I thought, right, I'm not going to build on the water. I will capitalize on the water because it lets you build roads on water, even though this bit of road is completely floating. I mean, yeah. Oh, incidentally, the water in this game is actually dynamic. So if I were to go onto a bit and remove some terrain, which in the map editor you can do, and you can do to a point on this, actually, I could actually just completely flood any part of my city if I wanted to, which I don't, funnily enough. But yeah, I just put the road all the way through there like that and linked it into the city there. I thought that was a really nice piece of road design there. But I don't like this map because there's far too much water and not enough land building area on it for me. Not enough that I could actually use properly. No massive open spaces. Let's load up my new city, which I started and kept on going, and now I am going to show you what little bit I've done to it, and I will keep going. Let's keep making this city. And we're in, and it's raining, as it was the last couple of times I booted this up just to check that it was working fine. Incidentally, fuck me. This game is just beautiful. Oh, look at that. The way this game is designed is just wonderful. And yeah, I love this game so much. Like, go out and get it. Don't, well, watch this, but like, go out and get this game while you're watching this, because fuck me, this is a good game. It's just so in depth, there's so much to do, and it's just beautiful on every level. So, what I've done so far is a little bit different to normal. I brought in my usual kind of junction to get everything started, and then brought it into a roundabout because I thought, let's have a sort of branching off kind of city, because that's not something I've done before and I really quite fancied the idea. So I've ended up with 3 main sort of branches, which are this one here, and this one here, and they're going to be just going to be their own sort of things. Like this area at the moment is going to be the residential area, this bit's going to be the industrial area, and this bit's going to be the commercial area, and it's all very easy to get between them if you can just go like that, which I think is going to work fabulously if I can get it right. And I've also got these bits going between them, which I'll expand every single time I do like a block outwards, which would be a very useful thing. And I actually need to build some more residential now. So I'm currently using 6-lane one-way roads because they are, for me, I think, the easiest roads to actually end up to build with, which you'll end up with a very solid sort of outline and very good for traffic. So there you go. 2, 4 and 2. So I'll do the same with these as well. 4 blocks and 2. And then I might screw myself over here, so I'm going to pause. And then with the power, so I don't lose any, bulldoze that one there, and go like connecting you, and bulldoze you. There we go. So that power's all connected to there. That's all good. Power-wise, I'm completely fine at the moment. I'm producing more than enough. I start with a lot more because I had a sort of thing where you unlock all the milestones. So you just start with a little boost to the game, which made it slightly easier, especially to build these roads. And when it comes to roads, the building is a lot easier when you actually start with the sort of thing that you want to end up using, rather than anything else, because then you get big one-way roads and just nothing connecting them up at all, and it's you can't upgrade because you've already put landmarks down that can't be moved, and you can't move things like police stations, and it's just all a big herniated mess. So there we go, look at that. That has expanded quite nicely. We actually need quite a bit more of the commercial. So what I will do to start with is make some high density commercial just on this bit here. And I will do the residential, which I know is needed, over here. Okay, so that's a good start. What do I have in terms of services? In terms of services, I have no medical at all, which I really ought to do something about, actually, thinking about it. So I will do... Oh, what will I do? What will I do? I'll put it... There's probably a good idea. That gets as many sick people as possible. When it comes to medicinal stuff, you are best... you only really need to cover the residential areas because the people in the business and the commercial don't get sick. They'll only get sick at their homes. And you also... I do have a crematorium, which is very good because you need crematoriums to get rid of your dead people. And dead people tend to come in waves, weirdly. It's a sort of death wave is the phrase. And yeah, you really need to be careful of those. Sauna. Sauna is a healthcare facility where people come to bathe in... Well, the mouse doesn't move. Hot, steamy rooms. Towels are optional. Saunas create health bonus to the neighbourhood around them and increase happiness. That would be a good thing, but I don't have a lot of money at the moment, so I just need to hope that these things start bringing in profits soon. Leisure might also be useful. A botanical garden, 15,000. Oh, well, that might be... Oh, that's very good for happiness, though. So I could put that there, and it would be a big touristy attraction around here, and it would make a lot of those citizens very happy. There we go. Okay. I'm sort of messing around with my plan a little bit there, putting that industrial bit, but it's only the edge of the industrial bit, so it's sort of in the city centre. I think that I can live with it myself. Okay. So with all that done, let's press play, and we'll see how awfully this goes. This may well go terribly, but we shall see. I can still take a loan out from the bank if I get desperate. I don't have any loans out at the moment, but yeah, I can take them out if I really need them. Oh shit, the water, fuck, forgot the water. Yeah, I've not played this in a while, and you need to put water around everything, because, funnily enough, these kind of cities, houses, need water. Who'd have fucking thought it? Ding, ding, and ding. There you go. Okay, right, you've got water. Shut up. Oh, it's now nighttime as well. And, oh, the nighttime update, this was put in quite a while ago, but the nighttime update really does add a lot of sort of almost strategy to this game, because you can't just rely on the things like the solar panels for your energy, because they don't work at night, funnily enough, and it was always, before it was perpetually daytime, which wasn't necessarily the best of ideas. But I am not faring very well in the night at the moment. I am not making a lot of money at all, and this is slightly concerning. Although that deficit does appear to be going down steadily. So I may yet be fine. Ah, good. That fire was just put out there by who? Who are you? Where's the fire engine gone? And I want to congratulate him. Oh, I think the fire engine's gone. Okay. Well, congratulate. No, there he is. There's the fireman. I'm going to congratulate the fireman. Well done, Mr. Fireman. You did a very good job. I always wondered, do people actually work in the fire, or is it just kind of like fake people? I think it's fake people that work in the fire stations, though I may be wrong. That'd be a good fix. A good thing to do. Like, you could have like loads of citizens get employed at these places if they don't already, because that would help with the job situation quite a lot. Okay, so we need more workers. They prefer educated, well-educated, and highly educated. But I need more workers, so I need to build more houses. So I could have a little area of high density residential here. That might work. Office zone will be there, but that's only useful when I've got highly educated workers. Yes, residents can work there for now. That seems to be the best plan of action. Oh, isn't it? Oh god, is the fire engine going to get there? He needs to go around. Yeah, that is the one issue of one-way stations. I'll show you what the fire engines do quickly, actually, because it's quite fun. So, the little fire engines, the guy will come out then. But the little hose, look, this little hose is all connected and everything. Ah, it's connected to the fire engine. It'll go out and put the fire out. Ah, this is just a gorgeous game. And my deficit's gone down to just under £3 now. Oh, beautiful. I'm actually succeeding. Okay, so I might not even have to take out a loan for this one. But I might be wrong. And you will find out next time on Cities Skylines.